beautiful outside today. I really look like a lesbian now. Oh, it ain't a part. It ain't a part. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ah, that palm tree. Oh yeah. What is up, you beautiful beings? Sending you guys so much love and only love. I just moved here to Florida and it's been the best decision I ever made. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Even though you may move to a new place, the past likes to creep back in. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. When the past creeps back in, what you should do. And understanding that no matter where we go, no matter what we desire, there's always going to be an underlining of the past attached to us. And I want you to understand that you can never run from it. But these are the things that you can do when the past creeps back in. And when you implement these very techniques that I implement in my own life, which I guarantee you will work, I guarantee you, you'll be able to look at your past, not in nostalgic energy of missing it, but more in the state of thanking it, because it helped you be able to progress and to create what it is you truly want in your life. Oh, 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 oh. That's my bird call. Confirmation. What is going on, you beautiful beings? Welcome back to another episode on Embracing the Essential series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. On this channel, I speak about spirituality with compassion, emotional awareness with love, and I talk about things that need to be talked about that aren't talked about in this world, because it's our divine right to know more than what we've been taught. Hope you guys can see my eyeballs. I don't know, it's a little shiny up here. Shiny, but you guys, I just moved to Florida. Best decision I've ever made. I'm telling you guys, it's Leo season. It's time for us to have courage and really not only go after what we want, but embody that very thing that we know we deserve. But beautiful beings, today we're going to be talking about when the past creeps back in, when we start to make drastic changes for self. It's getting a little windy out here. Hope you guys can still hear me perfectly fine. But so these are very techniques that I use and implement in my life that has helped me be able to move forward regardless of the past creeps back in. You know, there's this really good song that I love by Tiesto. He's a techno DJ, and he has a song called Just Be. And I love the lyrics of this song, because the lyrics of this song talks about no matter where you go, no matter exotic places, the airplanes you ride on, or the trips you take, or the type of people you meet, or the love that you have in your life, none of this can help you forget who you are. And I know a lot of us, we look at our past like it's a punishment. We look at our past like, oh, it's something we need to run away from and never look at again. But this very act itself is the reason why we perpetuate lack. It's the reason why we perpetuate doubt. It's the reason why we continuously live in stagnation and limitations. It's because, oh, my hair is feeling out. Such a good breeze. It's warm, but it's such a good breeze. But these very things of avoiding our past is the very reason why we keep running away. It's the very reason why we don't fully feel whole and complete. It's because we're trying to fill ourselves up with external things, thinking that is going to fulfill us, thinking that's going to make us forget our past. But let me tell you something. Continuously avoiding is only going to perpetuate the trauma. It's only going to make sure that you keep living and being rooted in that limitation, in those lack mentalities, or I would say lackful paradigms. But the whole point of why I'm sharing this is because, you know, when you start to make drastic changes, and I know a lot of us is feeling in the collective, it's about to be Leo season. Leos are all about courage. They're all about going after what you want. It's all about having divine confidence in self and knowing worth and not having any shame in worth and still showing up. And I know a lot of us are being pushed, nudged to make some moves, to quit that job, to leave that relationship, to make that move, you know. But the thing is that no matter what comes into your life and no matter what you think you may need, that is never going to fulfill you. That is never going to help you forget your past. And here's the thing, a lot of us see our past as a punishment to the point we run away from it because we think it's so evil, we think it's so bad. What you're really saying is that your past, which is who you are, which is who made up who you are currently, you're saying that that is wrong, that is not right, there's something wrong with it. So therefore, of course your life is the way that it is today. Of course you don't feel fulfilled, regardless if you're around a lot of people, regardless if you have the money that you want, regardless if you manifested what you wanted. If you're not feeling fully fulfilled, it's because you're seeing your past as something wrong with you, when really you're saying there is something wrong with you. I want to explain something to you guys. If you grew up with a deck of cards that you never wanted to deal with, I get it. Trust me, I get it. I've been through it all, I could say. I've been through physical, emotional, mental abuse. I've been homeless. I've been backstabbed. I've been betrayed. I've been used. I've been the cheater. I've been cheated on. You know, everything was reciprocal in my life. And I've experienced the worst of the worst. I've imagined the worst of the worst. I even tried to commit suicide, you guys. And, you know, I always try to use my pain to help me create. And I realized when I kept identifying myself from the past pain and having resent over it and still holding out to that judgment, I was letting that ripple into my desires to the point that nothing could manifest because I was still looking through that pain rather than learning from it. I was looking through it, not looking at it to learn from it. And so, in doing so, I started to realize all of this, and it made me be able to create some changes in my life. But here's the thing, when you start making changes, the past creeps back in. Maybe old family members, maybe old lovers, maybe old friends, maybe old co-workers. And you know, we all feel that this is what we miss. We look at the past as something wrong, but some of us are still addicted to it. It's like we keep replaying outcomes that happened in our past and in our childhood into our adulthood, and we think that there's something wrong with the outside world to the point that we think there's something wrong with us when we look at our issues, when here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with us. What it is that when the past creeps back in, it's here to test you. It's here to test you to see, have you really learned your self-worth from the past lover? Have you really learned dedication and discipline from leaving that job? Have you really learned to set boundaries from family members and old friends? The past only creeps back in to test you, to see, are you really acting upon who it is you know you deserve to be and who it is you know you're meant to be? That's all the past does. So these very techniques I want to share with you guys that I implement in my life that help me move forward without being tied to the past is that, you know, for example, when you're starting to make decisions, and for example for me, I had a past lover come back into my life and I was so codependent. I wanted this relationship to come back and be rekindled. I really wanted it. And when I finally let it go, I realized there was toxic traits within me that made me feel like I needed this person. It was because I was familiar with that pain. I was identifying with my past pain and not learning from it, hence why I kept replaying it. So when I finally look at the pain, when I finally looked at the past, I started to realize, damn, this is a part of my story. This is here to help me build a new story, build and write a new chapter in this journey of life that we call who we are. And you know, when I was finally able to look at it, look at my past, look at the reason why I was attached, look at the reason why I had this wound, look at the reason why I thought I deserved this, I finally was able to surrender and let go of this person. And I made some big changes in my life. But here's the thing, that person decided to come back. When, of course, when we finally let go, they want to come back, you know what I mean? But this is how I started to look at the past as a blessing. Is because when this past person came back, some of those emotions did come back, but I started to realize, question, why is it that I'm still familiar with this? Why is it that I still want to entertain this? Have I really changed? Have I really chosen me? Have I really loved me? The way that you can see why the past has creeped back in. And the technique that you can implement in order to move forward is that question yourself. Question, is this something I want? That's all it takes. A lot of us don't ask enough. A lot of us don't use our voice enough. Our voice is being heard. Spirit hears us, the universe hears us. But do you hear you? Do you trust in you? Do you believe in you? When the past creeps back in, it's here to test you. And the way to really see if you have grown is to question your very decisions. That's the first thing. Question your decisions. Now the second thing is, do I need this in my life? Do I need this person? Do I need this family member? Do I need that? Do I need this? That's it. Question, do I need this? So the first technique is question your decisions before you make one. Questions, how did I act in the past regarding this? And how do I want to act now? Now, the second technique is question, do you really want this in your life? That's a great way to dive deep into understanding what self really needs. Do you really want this in your life? Now, the last technique that I really use is compassion. You guys, compassion is a big one. When you can have compassion for the person, for the situation, for the past, for your childhood, for who you were that was unconscious that made those decisions. When you can have compassion, you'll realize that your past is that part of you that didn't know better. Wouldn't you want to hold that part of you? Wouldn't you want to love that part of you? Wouldn't you want to say thank you for trying your best, for getting to me where I am today? Just wouldn't you want to have compassion for that part of you? Out of all the shit that you've been through in your life, when no one was there, when you had to go through the darkest moments of your life, don't you think yourself deserves compassion? Don't you think yourself deserves that love? So please understand, my beautiful beings. Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for your past. When it creeps back in, it's here to test you to see, do you really know who you are? Do you really know the gift that you are to this world? Do you really see your worth? Do you see the blessings that you bring to this world? That's all the past does. The past just creeps back in to show you. Have you really seen you for you? Do you know what you finally deserve? Do you know that you don't need this? You just thought you needed it because you were comfortable with it, because you were familiar with it, because it defined your sense of personality through that pain that you kept living through? Do you finally see? So, 3 techniques. First is, when the past creeps back in, question your motives. How did the past you react to this, and how is the current you going to act to this? Now the second technique is, question, do you really want this back in your life? Do you? What have you gained from losing this, and what have you lost from losing that? And if you have gained more than you lost, then you don't need that thing in your life anymore, or that person. Now the last one is compassion. Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for your past self. Have compassion for your parents. Have compassion for that past lover. Have compassion for that past situation. Have compassion. Compassion teaches you how to open up your heart and say that there was nothing wrong with what happened. Everything had to happen because it had to show me what I'm capable of and who I can allow myself to become. But other than that, beautiful beings, that is all I have for you. If this brought you any clarity, any upliftment, please let me know your feedback in the comment section below. I would love to know. And please also share this video as well. And when you do like it, and when you do share it, and when you do comment, it actually distributes it out to the algorithm of YouTube so the specialist could get out to other people who may need it. But other than that, you beautiful beings, you can also follow me on Instagram. And if you want to book your own healing session or private reading, all that information is down in the description box below. Be beautiful beings, I love you so much, and understand that there's about to be a new moon coming up. New blessings, new beginnings, new things, new people come into your life. Have the courage to let go of the past. Have the courage to love the past. Have the courage to thank it. Have the courage to thank those people and those situations that were in your past that helped you get to where you are today, because it's really here to show you that your story is not done. And there's more to it that you have yet to see. So love where you came from, because there's a lot more coming your way that's going to be better than what you have already experienced. I guarantee you that. But I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Nothing but love and only love, and namaste.